8 days, 6 mountains, and each day a gem in its own way. 1 day at Stratton, 2 days at Okemo, 1 day at Stowe, 1 day at Magic, 2 days at Mount Snow, and 1 day at Killington. Different mountains, different cultures, and wildly different conditions. But I love variety, and that's just what I wanted when I set out to learn how to get the most out of all that spring skiing can throw at us. The overarching goal of this YouTube channel is to share my joy of skiing, and when possible, share information that will help you get the most out of your days on the slopes. To that end, I'll share things I learned from these days skiing on the mountains. The first day, Stratton, on March 23rd, just 3 days into the spring season.
So I'm out here at Stratton looking for some spring skiing, but I don't know. It's full sun, but it's only like 28 degrees and breezy, and I'm just not sure it's going to soften up. But it's still early, so we'll see what happens as the day wears on. It's amazing how fast things change. I was here a week ago, and there was nothing brown here. This is all snow. So I've got my rock skis out today, and pretty glad I do. It's, there's ground up stuff in the snow and spots, and that's what they're for. So it may be springtime, but it doesn't mean it's spring conditions. It's cold, it's almost like midwinter hard pack, but I'm making my way around and finding some trails that have decent snow, and I've had some good runs already.
Today, I was reminded just how tricky it can be to predict the day that will have that perfect soft spring snow. Even with full sun and temps just below freezing, a persistent breeze can keep things much cooler than I had expected. This led to that firm winter hardpack feel instead of the soft buttery turns I was hoping for.
Beautiful. Wow. You're so good on that, man.
Well, the grooming has a lot to do with it.
Well, yeah, a lot of skill, I think.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you.
My God, I can't tell you how great the skiing is. I mean, there is nothing at all that's not edgeable. It's just soft and absolutely fantastic.
Today, I learned just how beneficial clouds can be in preserving soft snow. It was a warm day, and if the sun had come out, it would have gotten all slushy. Typically in the spring, prime conditions are fleeting, but today we had perfect soft snow all day long.
I'm here at Okemo on April 9th, and it's a beautiful full sun day, and I can't believe how much coverage they have. It's just amazing. It's around 10:30 in the morning, and the upper mountain is a little crispy, but fine. And the bottom third is just a little bit soft, and so I expect as the day goes on, it's going to be great spring skiing. Now tell me about your coat, because it's pretty damn cool.
Oh, thanks, man. It's actually a motorcycle jacket, but I put some punk rock patches and studs on it, and stuff about NH Custom Tattoo. So it's just mostly to be unique, so that my girlfriend can identify me, so I don't just blend in with the crowd.
The entire day had beautiful, soft spring snow. By skiing at different elevations, you could dial in what you like. Soft snow at the upper elevations and corn snow at the lower.
I'm at Stowe, and so far it's really winter skiing. They got about 6 inches of very fresh light powder last night.
Today shows that you can get just about anything in the spring. The day started with fresh packed powder, then the sun came out and it got soft at the base, and then it got overcast, colder, windy, and started to snow again.
So I'm at Magic Mountain today. It's a very special place to me. I used to come here way back on high school ski trips back in the 70s. And actually the last couple times I was here were powder days, and it was just fantastic. And this is a beautiful spring day. And one of the reasons I come to Magic is because they preserve the snow throughout the day in the good conditions, because they don't have a ton of traffic flying down. If I were elsewhere, there'd be mashed potatoes here in a couple hours. But right now, I'm going to have groomed, beautiful, soft spring snow all day long.
I was fortunate to run into Jeff Hathaway, owner and president of Magic Mountain, and he talked a little bit about recent improvements and the vibe here at Magic.
Beautiful spring ski day on March 28th. You've been having a good time.
Fantastic.
Well, we've done a lot of improvements to the snowmaking system. So, I think in past years, with the amount of little snow we've had, the warm temperatures, the rain in March instead of snow usually, this place would have probably been closed a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
But we're still here and still running strong. The natural terrain feeds into the type of people that come here. They're not pretentious. pretty down to earth. They're into the passion of the sport. And it makes it a very welcoming, fun environment. So we're really focused on the experience here. We don't want crowded trails. We don't want crowded lift lines. And that's what you get here.
Thanks, Jeff. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, good to be here.
That was very nice. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
At Magic, I had the longest period of good corn snow. The right weather conditions and lack of skier traffic kept it nice for almost the entire day. I always get sentimental as the season nears its end. The days are longer, the sun is stronger. Skiable terrain starts shrinking. Fewer people are on the mountains. I think back on all the beauty. Friends, both old and new. Cute scenes, silliness, and fun. I have 3 more days to go, and I'm going to make the most of them.
Today is April 11th. I'm at Mount Snow, but really it's basically just Corinthia, which is okay. It's got great coverage. They got 3 inches of snow last night. On Nitro, the coverage is great. The features are huge, you know. There's not a lot of people here. The snow's nice. As you can see, it's a very gray day. It's about 32 to 35.
Similar to that first day at Okemo, gray skies kept things soft and fun all day.
Today is sunny and just corn snow top to bottom, just luscious stuff. But this is what spring skiing is all about. I think it's about time for me to go in and layer down a little bit. I switched out skis. The first skis I was using hadn't been waxed in a long time, and they were fine early in the morning, but you know, as things got stickier, they just, you know, they weren't doing what they needed to do for me. So I switched to some skis that I did wax just yesterday with a yellow warm snow wax, and it's made all the difference in the world. I mean, I probably would have gone home in another run or two just because everything was sticking too much, but now that I have these waxed skis, you know, I'm just gliding perfectly.
Well, gliding perfectly was accurate for an additional hour, but then it got so sticky I ended up leaving. I consider myself quite fortunate that this was the only day out of the 8 that I left because it just got too warm.
It's 20 degrees at the summit and 35 at the base, and it's kind of spitting snow. Some of it's got some pellets in it, so it's kind of, hitting you and bouncing off. The conditions are really quite variable, but you know what? It's my last day, and I'm going to love whatever I do. So after a little exploration, I have found where the good snow is, and it's on the blue trails over at Snowdon. And I don't know what it is, but nobody's skiing them, and they're beautiful. It's 2 inches powder on top of a nice soft surface. So this is my last run of the season, and it's just so appropriate that it turns into full-on winter. It's snowing. It's like, I don't know, upper 20s, and it's actually accumulating.
The key to having fun today? Exploration. Other than the great snow I eventually found on sections of Snowdon, the conditions were generally quite poor. On most of the mountain, there was ice and frozen tracked snow hidden beneath the fresh 2 to 3 inches. My takeaways from these 8 days. I'm really glad I used rock skis. Not having to worry about my good skis added to that springtime feeling of freedom and release. I used to have a concoction that made my skis glide on any type of springtime snow. But now that fluorocarbons are banned, the best I can do is warm weather wax. Not perfect, but it did get me a few extra runs when things got sticky. Timing my arrival at the mountains often helped. Arriving early on warm days and later on cool days maxed the time on the snow when conditions were best. Exploring the mountain often helped me find the best snow of the day. Sometimes it meant finding the best elevation, or sometimes the best face of the mountain to ski on. I'd forgotten how beneficial cloudy days could be in keeping snow nice and soft and buttery, and not getting sticky and slushy real fast, like often happens on sunny days. Each year, when ski seasons draw to an end, I feel wistful. It helps me to get a little bit philosophical about things. Because if I got to ski year-round, I'm not sure I would appreciate it as much as I do, or be as passionate about skiing as I am.